Well, if he had never seen the urn until the day of the crime, then wouldn't... Alright, we'll just press on everything. You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right?
Indeed. It seemed that they had heard of my Zavarkling reputation.
I see Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You'd better watch out too, Maya.
The urn was placed in
You mean this box?
Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn, and she wouldn't let anyone into the storeroom, not even me.
Yeah, 'cause she broke it. Huh, interesting new tidbit. 'Cause she broke it.
Hence, I was unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime.
So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before?
Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to that warehouse. However, look at me, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand.
You mean... oh, this calling card. It has to be the fact that it was repaired, like the sacred urn was repaired. That's why he wasn't able to see it. No. Unless I present this... Oh, take good care of the speckled urn. So it says speckled. So he would know that it is covered in pink paint. So he would have had to see the urn beforehand. Yeah, okay. I think I see. Mr. Atmey, if you really are Master Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct?
But of course.
Is there a problem with that calling card? Yeah. Speckled urn. Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master Mask had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now, the speckled here surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn.
Yes, that is true, but so what?
Truth be told, there is no way that Master Mask could have known about this pattern.
What do you mean?
This pink spotted pattern on the urn is nothing more than paint stains.
Paint stains?
And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite. The day the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error. I should say, an error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn. You can't be serious. And yet, this calling card clearly mentioned the paint pattern. Which means, Detective Atmey had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. And because this photo is a fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. I mean, he could have still been... All this keeping track of alibis and times and stuff is confusing.
Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Alright, that did it. He's broken. But he could have... It still doesn't... I'll just go along with it. Nick, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose. Huh? I think this is his, like, 50th cup of coffee. Huh. It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days.
Conviction, you say?
Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Master Mask. And now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle?
That's a good point.
No way. Don't fall for that too, Your Honor. You say that Luke Atmay was the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then let me ask you this. Why would he do that?
An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright. Motive. Might you... What the hell? Might you, my Mary... A lot of alliteration here. Might you, my merry murderous motive... Might you, my... I can't even say that. Oh my god. Might you, my... Might you, my merry murderous motive manifest? Oh my gosh. I love the way he speaks.
Nick, he's getting a second wind.
If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Ron DeLeet, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder.
The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron DeLeet. Isn't that right, Detective?
Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were. Thank you, Sir Old-Timer.
They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance.
Allegro, Allegro, Allegro. Motive for murder. Here we go.
Here we go. Yes!
Down, down. Aye, Luke Atmay had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Master Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron DeLeet. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. DeLeet for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite inexcusable. The defendant truly believes he is Master Mask. That is why Mr. DeLeet saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy. So the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant?
This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwriting test confirms that Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. What? Okay, damn, okay.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination.
I didn't know it was Kane Bullard who wrote that. Well, that's not true because he worked as an investigator for the, in the previous case. And who in the world is going to prove that? I will. After doing a thorough background check of Detective Atmay and Kane Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report.
Perhaps they were connected through their work. They were both involved in security.
Nope.
That was blunt. In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. DeLeet. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Master Mask and simply mistook who he was.
Mistook?
That's right, mistook. From the Old Norse mistake, meaning to take in error.
That wasn't what I meant.
Just who did the victim mistake Master Mask to be?
Why, the answer...
Why, the answer is obvious. Ron DeLeet, of course.
Boy, I'd like to wipe that smug look off this guy's face. Press harder. They didn't... Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Master Mask?
Don't you already know that? Zavari, take a look at this newspaper. Oh, that's the famous Tear of a Manon, a magnificent jewel. That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant. The defendant! The victim clearly misread this article, and Zavari, he got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Master Mask. I see.
That was an unusually reasonable deduction. Yeah, but you can barely even see Ron in the back there.
It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delete.
You mean this blackmail letter right here?
It says, bring $50,000.
And the handwriting is, without a doubt, the victim's.
There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it.
But I don't see an address on this letter anywhere.
An address? This letter was discovered in Ron Delete's apartment, and Mr. Delete did show up at the designated place and time. The fact that there was no address is irrelevant.
I wonder. What's up, Nick? I just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delete? Whoa, do you have evidence of that? For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that there's something not quite right about this blackmail letter.
Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied?
No, we're not.
And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delete for his betrayal.
What do you mean by that?
Oh my, I was certain you were already aware. Savari!
KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief, I stole data from the company.
Kane Bullard had yet to forgive young Mr. Delete, which is why he sent him that letter upon mistakenly believing he was the thief.
Here is a file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office. Evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money through blackmail.
However, isn't this a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money, even though he wasn't actually Master Mask?
Wait. Back up.
On that point, there was an unfortunate bit of chance. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Master Mask.
Do you really think that story is going to hold up?
That assertion is not merely my own, I'm afraid.
What do you mean?
I have here a memo from Ron.
I knew it! I knew it. Oh my. I knew they were going to say that. I knew they were going to bring up the fact that Desiree is going to come into this at some point.
I have here a memo from Ron Delete's wife,
Desiree Delete. Okay, so... Alright, let's see.
Ronnie thinks he's Master Mask.
Wait, actually, I should do Desiree's voice in Godot's voice.
Ronnie thinks he's Master Mask. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't think too badly of him.
Ha! Well, Mr. Trite.
Hey, was he trying to act like Mr. Delete just now? I thought he was actually pretty convincing.
That is why Mr. Delete sought fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy.
Now that's just your imagination talking, see?
Come now, Sir Lawyer. I'm afraid imagination isn't the right word for it. This is a deduction, and the result of carefully applied reasoning. Can we hear that careful reasoning for ourselves? It's a long story and better saved for another time. Very well, another time.
Those so-called long stories aren't usually all that long. At least, not in my experience. So you're going to try and connect Detective Atmay to Mr. Bullard, right? Yeah, that's right. Hopefully it won't require surgery either, dame.
In that case, you'll have to talk about the blackmail.
That's true. Was that blackmail letter really intended for Ron?
Since we don't have enough information, you should press him for more testimony.
Maybe I'll be able to shake some loose contradictions. Ugh, maybe I'll be able to shake some contradictions loose that way.
Okay, so a couple things. The blackmail letter. If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security. So let's assume that this blackmail letter was for Luke Atmay. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. Okay, the blackmail letter has to be for Luke Atmay. Okay, so harbored a grudge against Mr. Delete for his betrayal. Mistake is excusable. The defendant truly believes he has smashed a mask. Yeah, but that's only to look good for Desiree. Mr. Delete saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. But if he already believes he's masked a mask, then why would Ron Delete care about killing Kane Bullard if he truly believes he's masked a mask? Like, why would he care about that red diamond? Yeah, it said red diamond, and Ron doesn't have a red diamond. So I think I present the blackmail letter on here because it says red diamond.
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atmay?
Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's all right.
When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delete, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction.
Contradiction?
I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that.
You're the one to talk.
At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior?
Indeed. Time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradiction evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. The contradicting evidence. Did I not? I thought that's what I was supposed to do.
Ha! A little 2-1 punch like that wouldn't even faze me.
I think you mean 1-2 punch.
Mr. Wright! Try thinking things through a little more before...
What was I supposed to do there?
Ouch, I sure felt that punch, Your Honor. Anyway, let's try reading the blackmail letter one more time.
What? I thought I was supposed to... So I do present that. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atmay? Well, if it's just a few... So, but why can't I present the fact that it said red diamond? I guess I can't do that? Well then, do I present Luke Atmay's... Do I present that, like, Luke Atmay has the red diamond? A little too... Okay. Alright, well let's read the blackmail letter again. I just don't get, if he truly believes he's masked to mask, then why would he care if he's outed as masked to mask? Okay, then it probably has to be the fact that... Okay, I thought... Alright.
Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of the tear of a man.
Okay, that's blue, yeah.
The stolen jewel.
What about it?
The problem is this jewel's color.
Color? I'm not much for discussing color myself.
According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day.
Red?
Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the tear of a man that Master Mask stole at all.
Objection. And your point is, Mr. Trite? So you're trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That is what you were trying to say, right, Trite?
That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright?
Well, is this what you're trying to say, right, Nick?
Yes. This is who Kane Bullard was actually blackmailing.
Luke!
Naturally, it was you, Detective Atmay.
Do you have some sort of basis for that claim?
You have been personally involved in every single Master Mask case, and in the last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward.
A jewel?
Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring! That is the diamond referred to in the letter, which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you.
Order in the court. Order, I say.
It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite.